YouTubers, Doom 143, and yeah, I'm back with another comic haul. I totally forgot about some comics that I either got through eBay. I actually met up with Spidey fan and Seeking Near Mints last week for breakfast. Got an awesome random act of kindness from a Spidey fan, so you guys know how I feel about those things.
Sen gittim çağırdım bütün dostlarımı Sigaret çekip okudum menasız mahnularımı Almışam skoç yapıştırıram cırdığım şekilleri
Super stoked. And yeah, I just picked up some books along the way. Did a little bit of LCS hunting and whatnot. Before I get into the haul real quickly, this might be a big haul again. So sometimes these videos get a little long. I'll try to make this as quick as possible. Sorry, I know my past couple hauls have been pretty packed, but yeah, sometimes I go off some weeks as opposed to others, so this is just one of those weeks that I guess I just went a little bit more ham than usual. I also wanted to make some shout outs to some new YouTubers. I haven't done this in a while and I kind of feel bad, but check out these guys, sub them up if you can. I'm gonna leave links to them. These guys are under 100. It's the 88 Jester. He's new to YouTube, but definitely not new to collecting comics at all, so really great guy. Max Martinez, he's been on the scene for a little bit. Great collector. Gomez comic collector. Love this guy's vibe, love what he picks up, very informative. And Pope Cerebus the first, like I said, I'll leave a link to these guys. Great collections, great additions to the YouTube community, and just kind of wanted to shout those guys out. Alright, so let's do this. Let's get into the haul. Alright, met up with my boy Spidey fan and Seeking Near Mints for breakfast about a week ago, and Spidey fan hooked me up with some books. He hooked me up with this. The Omega Man is assured. This is number 2. Victory is assured, sorry. Omega Man number 2. Really awesome. He hooked me up with some sick Jim Lee covers, which I didn't actually pick up any of these, so I'm very stoked to have all of this. Hooked me up with the Jean Grey, which I was very happy to have. Like I said, I didn't pick up any of this Jim Lee stuff, so I was very, very happy to have those. Hooked me up with the Uncanny Avengers number 25 with Rogue on it. Just pretty much the art that I grew up when I started comic collecting, so very, very happy to have this. This one I was very stoked about as well. He hooked me up with the Psylocke one, the Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 2. So yeah, Jim Lee did a bunch of these covers, and for the most part, I don't know, I just didn't pick them up. I just wasn't too concerned about it. Wasn't trying to chase anything, but there was a part of me that wanted them, and then Spidey fan came through, so that was really that was really nice of him, man. Thank you so much, Spidey fan. But I'm not done. He actually hooked me up with 3 more books, which I was like crazy surprised that he did. So I can't thank him enough. Hooked me up with this J. Scott Campbell, the X-Men 1 variant. So I guess there were like 2 covers. One is a little bit more old school, one is new school. I think the one that has like the characters that have a little bit of a newer outfit, that's part of the X-Men Gold. So this is X-Men 1, J. Scott Campbell, gorgeous. This next book, I had a friend here in Hawaii that told me that he was going to pick up a bunch of these, asked me if I wanted them. I forgot what happened, we lost connection somehow, but bam, Spidey fan came through, man. The Alamo City Comic Con exclusive of Justice League 21. Just a great cover. It's kind of dark right now, sorry about that, but let me see if I can kind of bring this up. It's just a great cover. It's a nice movie poster cover with the Justice League in it, and yeah, just super stoked to have that one. And then couldn't believe he hooked me up with this. So you can't really see it, but right there's Phil Noto's signature. This is Black Widow number 1, another J. Scott Campbell black and white cover. I was kind of blown out of my mind that he actually hooked me up with this, so I cannot thank Spidey fan enough. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate it. This book actually goes for a bit, and like I said, I was just amazed that he hooked me up with it. So thank you so much, man. This Black Widow #1 is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. I actually did a trade with a Instagrammer. No, sorry, another YouTuber. His name is Frank Screama. He saw a book that he liked, so he said, are you willing to trade? I said, sure, let's do it. So he hooked me up with this and another book. So this is Superman 377. The cool thing about this Superman 377 is there's actually there's a He-Man preview in it. And so that's actually really cool. So I think like halfway through the book, there's actually like a He-Man story in it, which I just thought was pretty awesome. I think this book came out in November. The DC Presents with He-Man. I forget when that came out, maybe in August or something. But so yeah, really super stoked to have this. And this one is the debated first appearance of Venom. There's like a cameo. You can see her hand towards the last page. But this Spider-Man, What If Spider-Man Other. This book actually has picked up some steam. It's definitely going around as, possibly the first appearance of Gwenom, quote unquote. And it's basically just a hand. You see a graveyard with Gwen Stacy's name on it. The grave is empty. And yeah, so this is definitely a hot book to pick up. If you see it out in the wild, at the right price, you might want to pick it up. Especially if you're a Gwenom fan, something you want to add. All right, did some LCS pickups because, like I said, I met up with Spidey fan the day before our breakfast, and we just went some, comic book shopping. Nothing too crazy. Found the Robotech art germ. Definitely am going out today to find the Supergirl 12 art germ. So hopefully I can pick up at least one copy. I know that's been going kind of crazy. If not, I got friends in the community that I'm sure I can buy one off, or maybe we could do a trade or something. So I picked up the Robotech art germ. Super happy to have this. I know Seeking Nearness loves this comics. I haven't picked up any of these True Believers, but I guess I was there. So I picked up the Black Panther #1 True Believers. Never read the Black Panther story. Of course, not his first appearance. So I guess this kind of just does the whole Black Panther 1 all over again. And it's not his first appearance, but it's definitely his first solo story. And then I picked up this one. This is the Avengers for True Believers. I think this one is Avengers #4. This is when Captain America comes back. So this is actually the actual book, the Silver Age book. That's kind of like my next big book that I really want to pick up. I'm in no rush to pick that up, but this is definitely something I wanted to. So at least having a copy where I can read, I thought that was pretty super. It's pretty awesome. All right, some other LCS purchases I made. Nothing too crazy. This is Aquaman 26. Now I know everybody was chasing the Joshua Middleton, even myself. I actually picked that one up as well. But when I saw the A cover for this, because the B cover is the Middleton, when I saw the A cover, I was like, this is a pretty nice cover that no one's really talking about. And I didn't bother to really check who did the art on this, but this is actually a really nice cover that if you're a cover collector, that no one's really showing. Everyone's so into the Middleton one, it's beautiful. Like I said, I have that as well. But when I saw this, I was like, I kind of like this cover a little better. So yeah, picked that one up. It was cool hanging out with Spidey fan. They didn't really invest too much money. Just wanted to kind of cruise around with Spidey fan, just talk story and whatnot. For you guys that kind of know me personally, you guys know that I've been really getting into Dave Stevens, and I've just been going crazy trying to find whatever Dave Stevens covers that I've been liking. So I found this Airboy #5, The Return of Valkyrie. Just a gorgeous Dave Stevens cover. I swear this guy is just, unfortunately he's not with us anymore, from my understanding. But his art was just awesome. If you're an Adam Hughes fan, there's no way that you can't be a Dave Stevens fan, because the art is too similar. I picked up another copy. I had to. I love this comic so much, of Planet Comics #1. I found me another copy. Super stoked to have it. I absolutely love this cover. I'm a huge cover guy, so I had to pick that at least a second copy up, and that cover is so gorgeous. I found this DNA Agents, also from Dave Stevens, number 24. Again, just being a huge cover collector. And the interior art on these are actually really nice as well. The story is actually not too bad too. So if you found these out in the wild and you're a cover guy, check them out. Look for the right prices and stuff like that. Don't go too crazy. But really enjoying this Dave Stevens stuff. And the last one I picked up is the Betty Page Queen of the Nile. This is number 1 of 3. Again, just a gorgeous Dave Stevens art. And yeah, I can't say it enough. Adam Hughes is such a huge not collector, but a huge artist right now that's super popular. If you like Adam Hughes, you'll definitely like Dave Stevens. Great stuff, man. All right, went to this LCS in Hawaii yesterday, right before my son was getting off of school. So I figured, I had about an hour to just go digging. So I kind of just checked around the dollar bins and whatnot. Was able to find the What If Astonishing X-Men number 1. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen a lot of these comics, but yeah, I was super stoked to find this one. I just picked it up just because of J. Scott Campbell. Love the fire in the background. Really absolutely love this cover. This book kind of goes for about $8 to $10. So yeah, so to find it at either cover price or $1, really happy to find it. I found 2 copies of this next comic here, and I mean, obviously I just picked it up just really for the cover itself. This Hellbound number 1 of 3. This artist, I don't want to mess up the last name, but I think it's Talibao. I think he's a Filipino artist, but man, he's done some great stuff. He's done this cover of, obviously, and he also did like the Psylocke. So that I think there's like a 2-part, 3-part series for Psylocke story, and he did the covers for those as well. So yeah, just a great cover. I picked up 2 of these. Sometimes these kind of books make good random act of kindnesses and stuff, and they're just really gorgeous stuff. So super happy to have that one. But the one I was actually surprised to find was actually this one. This is kind of crazy. I couldn't believe I found this one. This is Secret Avengers 23. This is the second print variant. This is the first appearance of Agent Venom. I didn't know this was an Arthur Adams cover, so that's cool too, because Arthur Adams has definitely been picking up some steam within the past couple of months, especially with his more riskier covers. But Arthur Adams has always been a great artist. But yeah, Secret Avengers 23 second print. Apparently pretty hard book to find, but this one and the regular cover, they kind of battle back and forth, but there's weird prices on this. If you check on eBay, there's some sold for $4, some sold for $35. I'm assuming because it's second print variant, it's probably the lower print. Could be wrong on that one, but yeah, first appearance of Agent Venom. Couldn't believe I found it for the price that I did. Just amazing. It took comic exposure long enough to get me these books. Finally got them in. I actually got 3 copies. Gave 1 to my boy Seeking Near Mints. So this is the Mary Jane Watson variant. This is the Punisher number 13. I guess homage to ASM. Drawing a blank. What is it? 129. Yeah, these books, man. It took me a long time. I hit them up on email. I tried to call them. It finally took me to go on Instagram and personal message comic exposure on Instagram, and I guess they were saying that they're super busy. They apologized, and they're like, yeah, we'll send your books immediately. So if you have any issues with comic exposures as far as like shipping or anything, hit them up on Instagram. It seems to be the best way to get a hold of them. So yeah, I had 3 copies of that, so I have 2 for myself, and then I also picked up, I think, 4 copies of this. But again, I gave one out to Spidey fan. So this is a Venom 151, again another Mary Jane variant. I've been wanting these for so long. Finally got them back. So yeah, super stoked to have these finally. Just kind of pissed me off that it took so long for me to get a hold of the guys at Comics Exposure. All right, so let's talk about Amadeus Cho. So I picked this one up. This is my second copy. It's got to be a near mint plus copy. So this is Amazing Fantasy 15, roughly around 9.8. What would I do for an Amazing Fantasy 15 9.8, right? All right, so yeah, so this is the first appearance of Amadeus Cho. And the reason I wanted to pick up another second copy is I started to realize that Amadeus Cho has basically a lot of connections with a lot of things that's happening right now, and in the whole comic book side of things. So being a part of the Champions, he was also the guy who introduced us to Kid Kaiju, and yeah, I started to gain a little bit more interest. It seems like they're kind of pushing Amadeus Cho, I guess, on the comic book readers. A lot of people aren't happy, but you know what? I'm like, this is like a pretty good spec on, I guess, quote unquote, new character. And so I just wanted to own a second copy of it. And I wanted to own a copy that was like, I think the one that I have now maybe is about a 9. So this one right here, if I was to get it graded, definitely would come back a 9.8. Gorgeous, gorgeous copy. I still feel that the group in Champions is going to be something really big. Like I feel like they're still going to be big because they're already being shown for the most part in Disney XD, and I kind of always reference back to the 9.2 crew guys, and I always tell them, the stuff that we like as kids is popular now, or they tend to get a movie. So whether you're feeling them or not, I think some way somehow Amadeus Cho and all those guys in the Champions is definitely going to be somehow brought to us, probably on the big screen sometime way down the road, like way down the road. But I feel like it might happen. So yeah, Amazing Fantasy 15. Of course, not the regular one. And then speaking of the Champions, so I've been actually wanting to pick up her first appearance of Viv Vision for a while, but I actually wanted the Ryan Sook variant. Kind of hard to find. Gorgeous cover, by the way. Ryan Sook did a really great job at this. But for me, again, referencing back to the Champions, Amadeus Cho, this is the first appearance of Viv Vision. Just really wanted to hone in on characters that I guess I feel will be big, and like I said, not next year, not 2 years, but really down the line. I feel like these characters are going to be something. So yeah, the Vision #1 Ryan Sook variant, pretty hard to find, not a cheap book too. And but speaking of Vision, this book is freaking crazy to find. So this is the Vision #4. This is the variant. Yeah, this thing, man, this thing is almost Ghost, like almost to the point of Ghost. I'm not too sure the ratio of this variant, but I don't think there's any way that any comic book shops ordered whatever it is. I think this is a 1 out of 25. Let me check that out. It might be a 1 out of 25 or 1 out of 15 Cho variant. First of all, it's a great cover, and secondly, yeah, like I said, this thing is pretty much Ghost, man. So not so much part of the Champions, but really just kind of honing in on new characters. I think Erod also showed this as well. That's why I was kind of laughing when he did his last haul, because I was like, man, I think me and Erod, we're like on the same page. So if I'm on the same page as Erod, I must be doing something right. So this is all new Wolverine #2. This is the first appearance of Gabby, but everyone's chasing all new Wolverines #2 variant. This is a second print of all new Wolverines #2. So pretty hot. I mean, this book is not really talked about too much, and it's a little hard to find. You can find them, I wouldn't go crazy and try to find it on eBay. I would definitely check your cons, LCSs, and stuff. But not a lot of people are talking about this book. So this is All New Wolverines #2, second print. This is my second copy. I remember when Freddy's 562 talked to me about this, gosh, maybe 3-4 months ago. And if Freddy's talks, I usually just listen. So thanks. I have to thank Freddy's 562 for talking to me about this. And yeah, I just wanted to own a second copy because Gabby seems to be picking up some steam as well. All right, talking about picking up steam, Venom's pretty hot. This is just a really hard to find Clayton Crane cover. So this is Venom #14. This is part of the Twist Part 1. Again, just a hard book to find really out in the wild. And if you do, hey, it's worth the pickup if you can find it at a really great price. On eBay, this book actually goes for a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted this. I found it out in the wild. Glad to have picked it up. Couldn't believe I found it. So Venom #14. Again, just a hard to find Clayton Crane cover. Beautiful cover, by the way. Clayton Crane always does really great stuff. All right, so I think the next set of books are things that have to do with either movies or just upcoming potential movies, whether it's animated or on the big screen. So I picked me up a near mint copy. I already have one of these. This is my second copy. Just wanted to pick up a nicer one of Swamp Thing #50, the first appearance of Justice League Dark. I just wanted a better copy than the one that I had. The one that I have now is kind of super mid-grade. Wanted to pick up a really nice higher end copy. And there is talks of Justice League Dark being made. I don't know if it's animated. I don't think it's on a big screen. It's potentially maybe animated, but they're finally putting this together, so that's starting a lot of excitement for people who's really into the whole Justice League Dark. So yeah, Swamp Thing #50, first appearance of them. All right, so this is Captain America 180. This is the first appearance of Nomad. So the interesting part about this book is, I guess what they're saying that in the Avengers Infinity War that's coming out, technically, if you watch Homecoming, spoilers coming up if you haven't watched Homecoming, stop this video and go watch Homecoming. Basically, Captain America is, I guess, a war criminal, quote unquote. So he has to go into hiding, right? Well, this book kind of reflects on the fact where Captain America kind of stops being Captain America and kind of hides out, but at the same time, he still has this thing in him where he still needs to have adventure and just still somehow be part of this whole superhero kind of scene. So he kind of develops this whole new origin, calls himself the Nomad. Supposedly they're supposed to pay homage to the Nomad in the Avengers Infinity War that's coming up. And so if you're one of those people that like to speculate and whatnot, this is Captain America 180, first appearance of Nomad. Might be seeing, I don't think he's going to have this this cape and all that stuff, but we might be seeing Nomad, or at least some homage to Nomad in this upcoming Avengers Infinity War. All right, sticking with Avengers Infinity War, the Black Order finally came out. So this is New Avengers #8. This is the first appearance of the Black Order. Again, they just released, the other villains that will be following Thanos within this whole Avengers MCU storyline. And just a quick FYI, if you don't know, New Avengers #8. This is the first appearance of the Black Order. So definitely super stoked to have this one. Last two books. So this is Avengers 89. This is the first part of the Kree-Skrull Wars story. So it goes from Avengers 89 to Avengers 97. So Captain Marvel is coming out with her own movie. They finally got this whole thing where I guess they figured out the storyline, and there's a lot of excitement around Captain Marvel since the Wonder Woman did really, really well. And so supposedly it's going to showcase the Kree-Skrull War, which is kind of a crazy concept. If you guys know what it's all about and stuff like that. So, I guess this is one of the speculations that it has to do with this one from Avengers 89 to 97. And so, yeah, this is just basically part one of that whole storyline. And as I go comic hunting, I'll definitely try to see if I can find that whole story. If not, maybe they have it in trade paperback. But I was very happy to find this. And yeah, just something to check out. All right, last one. Again, this one has to do more with the Ragnarok movie that's coming out. This is Avengers 83. This is the first appearance of Valkyrie and the Liberators. We also have Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok. So yeah, I'm one of those people that if I can find information early enough about a movie, I'll try to buy the comics. And so I picked this up about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, right before the whole Ragnarok trailer was released. So Valkyrie is in that. This is her first appearance. Again, Avengers 83. Just glad to have this nice little minor key issue. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. That was my haul. Thanks for sticking that out. Tried to make this as quick as possible. Still ended up being about 26 minutes. All right. To everybody that watched the 9.2 Crew show a couple of days ago, thank you so much. You guys been showing a lot of support. Cannot say thank you enough. And of course, we have to thank Fried Pie Comics for sponsoring our last show, and they were able to give us some comics that we were able to give back to the community. All right, other than that, shoots and mahalos.